being accompanied to the ring by their consultant, Patrick Black, and Secretary, Kara Kildare, from the United Nations in New York City, Ala Hussein, High IQ, Quinten Lee, Foreign Intelligence.
HWA Adrenaline is back, and we are about ready to have our #1 contenders match for the HWA Tag Team titles. Of course, we saw one half of the Tag Team champions just moments ago. Matt Stryker become the new TV champion as well.
And as I mentioned earlier, the tag team situation here in the HWA is just extremely volatile. It's like a powder keg waiting to go off. These two teams trying to decide who the #1 contenders are going to be. The Buffalo Bad Boy and Ben Kimera, I mean, Buffalo alone has been, for the last year, clawing and scratching, trying to reach tag team gold here. At one time, it was with his former partner, Dr. Bones, who was fired from the company. Now trying to get it done with Benjamin Kimera, but standing in their way, Foreign Intelligence, maybe the most decorated tag team in HWA history.
Certainly one of the most dominant teams as Ala Hussein sends Kimera in. No, Kimera with the reversal and a spine buster there for Ala. And Ben Kimera, oh, now tosses in High IQ Quinten Lee, and all four guys are in the ring.
I said this thing was a powder keg, and I think that powder keg is about to explode. And this thing already getting out of control. Joe Lopez with his work cut out for him, no doubt about it.
And not only do you have all four guys inside the ring, you got to remember you got Patrick Black and his secretary, Kara Kildare, on the outside, and they are not afraid to get involved. High IQ Quinten Lee now delivering the knee to Kimera. Nice back elbow sends Brian Jennings to the floor, and it's going to allow Foreign Intelligence an opportunity to do some double team work, one of their specialties.
High IQ Quinten Lee claims to be the smartest man in the HWA and all of professional wrestling. Will his brains take him and Ala Hussein back to tag team gold as the Baghdad native tags back in?
And look at this. Oh, that vicious drop kick right to the grill of Benjamin Kimera. And between the two of them, I'm talking about Ala Hussein and Quinten Lee, these guys have held every title here in the HWA. Ala Hussein, a former HWA heavyweight champion and probably the strongest man on the roster. Makes the tag, in comes the intellectual one, Quinten Lee.
The thinking man's wrestler, if you will. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, Patrick Black and Kara Kildare at ringside. Patrick Black, no stranger to managing champions, a very successful manager in the history of the HWA, no doubt about it.
Once again, Buffalo gets shoved off the apron, and sooner or later, Buffalo's temper, well...
Case in point right here. And look at Kara Kildare and Patrick Black, well, getting their grubby hands on Benjamin Kimera. Now Kimera rolled back into the ring as if nothing ever happened.
Well, that is double throat thrust there by Quinten Lee. That is typical Patrick Black and Kara Kildare on the outside. And now Ala Hussein working over Kimera, who's just trapped in the wrong part of town. DDT. Floats over, hooks the leg. This could, no.
And Ben Kimera in a bad part of town. He does not want to be stuck in that corner.
But that is why Foreign Intelligence are such a dominant team, because they cut that ring in half. And while Kimera doesn't want to be in that part of town, he really doesn't have a choice. Wait a minute, inside cradle, this could do it right here. Oh. Now that angered Quinten Lee quite obviously, who now goes for the cover, doesn't hook a leg. Kimera able to power out. Frequent tags being utilized by Foreign Intelligence as Ala Hussein back in there.
A lot of quick tags, a lot of double team situations, a lot of teamwork. Some of it within the rule book,
Wait a minute,
some
is this
not so
going to
much.
be the WMD? No!
Buffalo finally couldn't take it anymore. He's in the ring.
Well, Buffalo knew if that move was hit, this one would have been over, and now, once again, we've got pandemonium, and Joe Lopez has had enough.
Well, what's the decision here? All four men still going at it.
Well, I gotta believe Lopez just thrown this one out and disqualified both teams. Wait a minute, Jackson Breeze is out here, and Vice President of the Heartland Wrestling Association.
You guys better break it up now. If you value your job in this company, you'll stop now.
Jackson Breeze
Did you
laying down
hear
the
me?
law.
I mean it. You're about to lose your job. Do you hear me?
Well, Jackson Breeze giving him the ultimate threat. Jackson better watch out, Hook.
You're going to hit me? Go ahead. Lose your job.
We've got security and more officials and Jackson Breeze, everyone trying to separate these
You're
two
about
teams.
a second away from losing your job, mister. You better just step off. This is ridiculous. Only thing you guys accomplished tonight is making this happen next week.
Next week?
And seeing as you don't seem to want to follow the rules and don't want any rules, that's also the way it will be next week. No DQ.
No DQ next week for the #1 contendership.
Now, if you value your job, get the hell out of my sight now.
Well, Vice President Jackson Breeze, as you said, laying down the law, and
it's been a long time since I've seen Jackson Breeze
have-
this fired up.
we've still got a lot of chaos out here, and this thing is completely out of